Welcome to the Simply Real Life podcast. I'm Sarah, the founder of Simply Real Health, here to help you simplify, amplify, and elevate your life. This show is for those of you who want the real talk on how to live a more intuitive and intentional life, a life that's healthy from the inside out, and one that feels more effortless, aligned, simple, and more alive. We cover it all, from health, wellness, mindset, motherhood, daily habits and rituals, to business and relationships, creativity and growth, and tiny tricks to feeling your best, and the energetics behind it all filled with personal stories, unfiltered conversations, and of course, answering all of your burning questions, all in the way of simplicity and keeping it real, so that you can create your own version of your healthiest life. Let's do it. Hi guys, welcome back to the show this week. I am so glad that you're here. And also just great job taking a few minutes for yourself to reset and get refreshed and maybe get inspired, get some new tips to try out in your own life. I think it's amazing that you're spending your time doing this when there's so many other things you could be doing. Scrolling, watching TV, things that don't always put us in the best headspace. And so the fact that you're here right now, look at you. I'm proud of you. I hope you're feeling proud of yourself too. So today I have first a question for all of you, and that is this. If you have been loving that the show is back, loving that the podcast is back, would you mind letting me know? However you would like to do that, come send me a DM. You can send us an email if you want to hello@simplyrealhealth.com. You can also leave a review if you feel so inclined. I know that's a little bit of an extra step, but as we think over here about the future of the podcast, it's something that I do love doing so much, but also I want it to be something that is actually helpful and useful. And knowing your feedback, your questions, the things that are helpful to be listening to, we love knowing that, because I'm in a place right now where I'm evaluating a lot of different things of like, what do we want to continue to do forever? Is this going to be a shorter season? Is this going to be something that it's more of a short-term project to be answering these questions? And then we have full audio answers of the most common questions that people have. So would you let me know if it's something that you are loving? We're just collecting that feedback now. Second is the question today. This is something that comes up, I would say, every 6 months or so. I get these questions. Will you take us through your typical routine? Like, what's really going on over there? How are you fitting in all these different things? I love listening to people's routines because you do get some ideas. You're like, oh, I never thought about doing that, or the timing of doing that. And to me, having routines both in the morning and at night really help ground me. I think in this stage of life right now where there's so many different buckets that I'm working with, so many different things that I'm pouring my time and energy into, that having these grounding rituals and moments really bring me a lot of peace and help me just take care of myself, especially in this year after having my third baby, and this thing that I can count on, that I know that even if the day is crazy in the middle, that I at least have these bookends on my day that help me breathe and relax and take care of my nervous system and regulating my whole body, but doing it in very short, very manageable, quick and easy ways because there's not a ton of extra time. So just wanted to share what my night routine has been lately. And we have previous versions of this as well, especially on the blog, that I think for 12 years running, there's probably multiple renditions of what this looked like before kids, and then with one kid, and then with two, and now with three. So some things you will probably find have been staying the same, my non-negotiables no matter what, and others sort of change with the season. So just wanted to take you through the things that I'm focusing on, again, in those two windows of time where I do feel like it is a little bit more in my control. So we'll just start there because that's what feels like my evening routine can really start is after my kids are sleeping. So after the baby's fed down and after the other two are sleeping, we're talking realistically as we head into this time of the year into summer, where that is about, maybe 8:30, depending what is going on. And I am definitely trying to be in bed around 9:30, 9:45. So we're talking here about an hour, an hour of time really, that need to get a few things done, set myself up for the day, and then wind down, like cut it all off, wind down, have a hard line around that. So kids are in bed. Great. I usually come downstairs at that point and I pack lunches for the next day and fill up the water bottles, because this is one thing that, even though I sort of hated and resisted the idea of doing this at night, I always thought maybe the food would get soggy or kind of gross, until I've had 2 kids that need lunches back. And this saves me so much time and so much stress in the morning just doing it at night. And at this point, it's very quick. It's easy. I have a very simple formula that I follow, and I just make the same thing for both of them. And it's not too complicated, but I just need about 5 or 10 minutes to pack the lunches, fill up the water bottles. I don't know why filling up water bottles the night before. I am starting to do this for myself too, because it's one less thing the next morning. Maybe I'm holding a baby and trying to get stuff done, or someone's shoes on or something like that. It's one less thing to do. It's already done the night before. Then I put the lunches in the fridge, helping Kyle clean up. He always does the dishes at night. I'm usually always cooking, and then he will do all the dishes and the cleanup, but I put the food away. So if there's any leftovers from dinner, I put it in the glass containers, put it back in the fridge, and then he's doing all cleanup, which I love him for. It's the best. It's so helpful. So once that is done, then I start getting into this is my time now. So I take my magnesium, which you all know I am obsessed with. I'm obsessed with the Symbiotica magnesium packets, because to me, it serves 2 purposes. One is like dessert. It's this little treat because it tastes sweet. And I know it's going to relax my brain, relax my body, help with my digestion, help calm my nervous system. So it's like that nightcap at the end of the day. I'll usually take 1 packet, and then I'll usually take some extra, usually in pill form from a different brand. But magnesium is a nightly non-negotiable, no matter what. It helps so much with just relaxing and gearing up for sleep. Now, in the colder months, I will also make some type of tea, usually like a fennel tea or a mint tea with some honey in it. And that also acts as my dessert. A lot of times I find that I am sensitive to things like chocolate at night. This is so eye-rolling, but I am sensitive to things like chocolate. My body is not a caffeine body anymore. I can only drink 1 matcha in the morning. If I have any more caffeine than that, I am still up at night. So I can't do chocolate because it has a little caffeine. So tea always works. It also has the secondary benefit of helping with digestion, especially with an herb like ginger or fennel or peppermint. Really helps with digestion and calm and relax things. Now, if it's late and I'm going to bed within the hour, I don't do tea, because then I'm going to be up at night having to pee, and that interrupts my sleep. But if it's a little bit on the earlier side, or again, the time of year where it's a cloudy day, it's not super hot, that's sometimes when I go for the tea. I don't always do this when it's warmer out. Then, depending on the night, I'm either working / hanging out with my husband / going on a walk. So there's probably about 20 to 30 minutes of choice time. And depending what's going on in our life, we will chat together. All right, do you have to work? Do I have to work? Or are you going to do your own thing and you're fully in your dishes zone and you're decompressing? So I'm going to go take a 20-minute walk if the weather's nice and if it's light enough out. I love doing that in the summer. It's just such a treat. Or it's a night that we get to hang. Maybe we're just doing laundry and watching a show together, maybe once a week, or we just kind of hang and catch up. I would like to be doing that more. I mean, especially in this stage of life, if you're a parent of young kids, you know that sometimes that is the last thing that you are prioritizing, and we're working to get better at that. We've got 2 busy lives, 2 busy careers. We've got a basement remodel going on. We've got home projects. We've got other side businesses running. So there's a lot, and that nighttime space is choice time. What do you need to do? What do I need to do? Can we line up in any part of this week? And that is what works for us right now. So then around 9 o'clock, I have this mental alarm in my mind of okay, it's time to start bringing things down. So not being stimulated, not being in bright lights. It's time to wind things down a little bit more. So that usually starts with a shower. Shower is a non-negotiable for me, absolutely every night. It feels like it washes off the day. It's calming. It's relaxing. I do my cleansing oil in the shower with the washcloth. And it's just a time where it feels like it's just me, and I can just wash off the day, wash off whatever peanut butter or snot stains or whatever I have on me from making dinner, and just feels back to me again. And it's this reset, and it's relaxing, and I never miss it. If I don't shower at night, I really feel it. So most nights, even if it's really late at night or if we're out coming back home, I don't miss it. It just feels so much better to go to bed after a shower. Then I dry off and then I do my skincare. So it's very quick. It's usually just 2 or 3 things around my eyes and then definitely something hydrating and moisturizing on my face. One of the great benefits of using the oil cleanser is that it leaves your skin really soft. Like you almost don't need extra moisture on it, but because the number one thing that makes your skin look old is dryness. And so I am obsessed with always keeping it very moist and very, very well hydrated and fed. So I like to do like a thicker balm on my face. You know how I'm obsessed with the antioxidant balm right now. I just cannot get enough of that. But I actually don't put that all over my face because of the reddish tint to it. It can come off on pillowcases. So just a side note on that, I put it under my eyes because I'm wearing an eye mask at night. Then I use a different lotion on my face. And those kind of like rotate in and out. I'm always trying to swap and change a little bit, whether it's something from Primarily Pure or it's the One Skin peptide or some type of serum. So doing skincare. Then once that's dry, after a minute or 2, I usually am brushing my teeth in that time. Then I go into my face tape, which is something I've been just experimenting with the last, 8 months or so. It's Japanese face tape. It's very soft. It's very gentle. But the thought behind it is much like kinesiology tape, where you are basically taping the skin and allowing more flow of lymph to circulate underneath. When you pull the skin a little bit more taut, more blood flow can get through. And therefore, the theory behind it is that it just lessens the static wrinkles on your face. So I do this on my forehead every night because why not? It takes 2 minutes. And if it can help, then I am all for it. So there are these little strips of tape I've been using, and I can link this below where I get this. I think her name is Natural Face Bible on Instagram, and she has a store and she sells it. And it's just beautiful and it's gentle and it doesn't leave a super sticky adhesive feel. But I do face tape up on my forehead, about just like 3 pieces. And I really do think it's working. And at least in my mind, it's working enough to lessen the amount that I'm moving my face at night. Because like when I think about that over time to the next like couple decades, that really would reduce a lot of the unnecessary movement in my sleep. So it also feels really good to do that. Then I cut a little strip for mouth taping. I've been also experimenting with this. Verdict's still out on that. But what I don't like are a lot of the adhesive mouth tapes that I've been trying are so strong that you can't get it off very easily. And it just feels like it's like ripping my lips and like making the skin around my mouth irritated. And I don't like that. So I've been using the face tape and I just cut a strip that then I place like vertically over my lips, keeps my mouth closed, but it's not that sticky adhesive feeling in the morning. So I'm playing around with it. And this is great for breathing, for getting more oxygen into your brain at night. So therefore you sleep deeper. It's also great for your jawline. It helps things align a little bit better. And again, who knows? I am always testing probably about 5 different things at any given time. So these are some of the experiments I'm doing now. And then when I find that I love something, that's when I share it. So it usually takes me months and months of testing. And some things I find amazing. Some things I'm like, okay, I think, for the amount of effort or cost that it is, seems like it's totally worth doing. And some things I'm like, no. And then I just don't even share them. But I'm always testing probably 5 things at once. So once I've got my face all situated, I don't put the mouth tape on until I'm actually in bed because sometimes I just don't want to talk or whatever, not feel like I'm laying there all taped up. And then I go get Rosie from her crib and then give her a little night feed. And that's something that I don't probably need to be doing anymore, but I just love doing it. And she never wakes up and it's such a peaceful, sweet time. I really have been challenging myself to like not be on my phone, to not even be reading my book, just be with her. And sometimes I probably make it 7 minutes in of judging her. And then I will start reading my book. And then I put her right back down. And it's just the best feeling in the world. Then I get my eye mask and earplugs. I just keep them under my pillow at night. So I get those out. I turn on my red light, which actually I've already turned on if I'm feeding Rosie, but I have like a little book light that gives off a red light. So anytime you're looking at bright lights or blue lights, most lighting at night is going to screw your circadian rhythm a little bit. And it pushes off the release of melatonin, which helps you sleep. So in the kids' bedrooms, I have red light bulbs. That's what we read with at night for them. And then red light book lights, because reading is something I mostly do only before bed. And having it be a soft, gentle light that's not going to throw my hormones off or not going to keep me awake. I never use the backlight on my Kindle. I'm a big Kindle only reader, but I use the red light instead of having it backlit. And then it doesn't interrupt my sleep. So I got the red light on, got my eye mask and earplugs out, and then it's my reading time. I get into bed and it feels like the best feeling in the world. It's probably 9:45 to 10 o'clock, and then I'm reading until I fall asleep, which sometimes is, 5 pages. And sometimes I can read for like maybe 15 minutes before I'm just like falling asleep. So that is the night routine. Doing things that really bring me a lot of calm and a lot of peace, and just some moments to myself, moments taking care of my skin, my body, my digestion, just slowly winding things down for the day. At this stage in my life feels so absolutely necessary, because there's so much going on during the other parts of the day that this really feels like my time, me time, and not frittering that away, like not just watching TV doesn't do it for me. It makes me feel like I can't sleep as well. I'm too much of an empath. So whatever we're watching, I then end up dreaming about. And I don't know, I can't watch anything too serious or too scary. It's got to be kind of light if we're going to do that. So, once or maybe twice a week, I do that. But for the most part, during the work week especially, it's all about peace and finding a little bit more space and taking care of myself in these just very small, tiny ways. But I will tell you that it does add up, and it really feels like I am showing up for myself in these very small ways. But it does make a difference, I think, over time. So I would love to know any things that you absolutely love in your routine, any things of mine that you want to try. I would love to hear. So come over and find me at Simply Real Health on Instagram. Just send me a message. I love connecting with you all. I love hearing from you. I love just knowing if things are helpful that you hear. Is this worth doing? Like, is it worth taking the time to sit down, to record, to have it edited, to publish it? I always find it so worth it when I hear about you all listening to this and like, oh, that made me think, or I tried this and this was better, or I've never thought about that before. That's really my whole intention in sharing these types of things, like the real intimate details of real life, and trying to live a healthy one, trying to live an intentional one, even when there's a lot going on around me. Okay, I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And let me know if you try any of these. I want to know how it goes.
If you enjoyed this episode and want more like it, make sure you're subscribed to the Simply Real Life podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts, and maybe share it with a friend or two. That would mean the world.